Hey guys, we're going to look at section 2 of chapter 3 on changes of state and what happens to substances during changes between solids and liquids. So always think of water. So when it's a solid form, it's ice cube, and liquid is obviously liquid water. So that process is called melting, and it's changing from a state of solid to a liquid. And this is what happens to the molecules. It goes from a crystalline solid, for instance. This is solid silver. The same thing happens with ice, and to liquid silver, where they spread out and they move around each other. The melting point, that's an important thing to know, because pure substances have a set temperature at which they melt. And remember, pure substances are anything that's a compound or an element. When substances melt, the particles vibrate so fast that they break free from their fixed position, which right here, they break free from this position and they end up moving around more, like in the liquid position. So what happens to a substance during a change between liquid and a gas? A liquid and a gas is called vaporization. Now, it takes place where the particles in a liquid gain enough energy to move independently, forming a gas. And there are two different types of vaporization. One is called evaporation, and the other one is called boiling. Condensation is the change in state from a gas to a liquid. And during condensation, the particles in a gas lose enough thermal energy to form a liquid. A change in the state from a solid to a liquid is called melting. So from a solid to a liquid is called melting. And if we're going from a liquid to a solid, it's actually called freezing. A change from a liquid to a gas is called vaporization, as we mentioned before. And we have two different types, boiling and evaporation. Evaporation, during evaporation, water vaporizes only at the surface. That's evaporation. Boiling is when the water vaporizes both at the surface and within the liquid. So you know the difference between evaporation and boiling. Both of them are within the state called vaporization. And the temperature at which liquid boils, that's called the boiling point. Sublimation is when the surface of particles gain enough energy that they go straight from a solid to a gas, and they do not pass to the liquid state. And that's it for this section.